Good morning, one and all present here. Today, our group is going to talk and discuss about the different types of caste and the caste system in Meghalaya. There are a total of 16 castes in Meghalaya, out of which scheduled tribes, also known as STs, consist of 85.9% of the total population. Today, we are going to talk about 13 of these castes. They are Namasudra, Muchi, Jhalo, Patni, Hira, Jalketu, Mahara, Khasi, Dugla, Lalbegi, Brahmins in Meghalaya, Garo, and Radha. I'm going to talk about the Namasudra caste. The Namasudra community was earlier known as Chandala or the Chandal, a term usually consisted as a slur. They lived outside the fourth higher ritual Varna system and thus were usually called the untouchable or the uncast by the Hindu community. The community was traditionally engaged in fishing and as a boatman in the marshy swamps of their native lands. The term Chandal was a generic term that was initially used to refer broad groups of people belonging to diverse endogamous communities of similarly despised social positions, but which later transferred into a caste name and was soon a synonym used for the Namasudras. There are other views, and a historian named Niharajan Ray believe that they have a closer relation with North Indian Brahmins. He also said that there are the same lines of the Brahmins of North India. Indeed, there is a close relationship between the North Indian Brahmins and the Bengali Namasudras. Then between the North Indian Brahmins and the Bengali Brahmins, Kayas and Vedas. Over to Avishka.
Hello everyone, I'm going to talk about the Muchi tribe. The Muchis are people of indigenous origins found in the northeastern state of Meghalaya. They are called Chamars or Rishis in the northern India. They make up around 2.5% of the total population of Meghalaya and 57% of them are literate. The population consists of 56.4% men and 38% women. Now, these are exogamous clan and are headed by a chief. The men wear sarong while the females wear dhara. They live in a non-monetary transacted life. Now, I would like to hand over the mic to Mahi.
Now we are going to talk about Jhalo Malo or Jhalo caste of northern northeast India. It is constituted in the regions of Meghalaya, Bangladesh, and North Bengali region. Malo means boatman in Arabic. Thus, because their primary occupation, according to caste system, is fishing. Sometimes they also work as landless laborers in the farms. They are looked upon down by Brahmins. Sometimes they can be the victims of untouchabilities. Also, they constitute 18.2% in Meghalaya. They are considered as a scheduled caste in India. Thus, they are considered as Panchmas, so they bury their dead around the rivers. There is endogamy. The endogamy is practiced in the caste system, though the child marriage, sometimes there are instances of child marriage, but now it is slowly disappearing. Also, most Brahmin refuse to associate with Malo. So, Malo priests officiate at important life ceremonies such as birth, weddings, and funerals. Government is trying to create new funds and trying to raise education, also economic levels for them. Now over to Nandini.
Thank you, Mahi. Now, I will be talking about the Patni caste. The word Patni has to do with the ferrying of the boat. Usually, they have low status in the Hindu society and they are spread far along the country, primarily in the northeastern area. Some of them live in Manipur, Meghalaya, in Assam, West Bengal, and Tripura. In Assam, in addition to speaking Assamese, they can speak Hindi and Bengali. In West Bengal, they work on ferries, while in Tripura, they work as day laborers and pull rickshaws. They are landowners who work in farming, and though some of them are landowners themselves, They avoid marriage on their father's side for 5 generations, and this has been a tradition that has been continuing in the Patni caste. They are usually both Muslims and Hindus. However, 99.95% of the total Patni caste belongs to the Hindu sect. Hindus like Patni, they have low status, but the Patni population in general in 1911 was over 1 lakh, and it has, however, decreased because in 1921 it was approximately 45,000. Over to Prabal.
Now talking about Hira caste. Hira caste is mostly situated in the northeastern state of Assam. They mainly speak Assamese, but there is a small population of people who speak Bengali and Hindi as well. Now talking about the occupation, their main occupation is pot making. Both men and women in the village make pots. The prevailing religion identity is Hindu, and there is a scarce population of Christians as well. Village headman also plays a very important role in daily activities that takes place between the caste members itself. Now over to Pratishta. Thank you.
A very good morning to one and all present here. So I'll be explaining the Jallikot caste. The Jallikot caste have a name that is derived from the two words Jal means net or water. The Jallikot people live in Assam, a state in northern eastern India. The Jallikot people are Hindus and had low literacy since the independence 1947. But the government took initiative to increase the literacy rate. Traditionally, the Jalkot people were fishermen. Most of them still fish for living, but many of them are now farmers or small business owners. They are members of the All Assam Scheduled Caste Development Community. Thank you. Over to Shubhi.
Thank you, Pratishta. Talking about the Mahar caste, this caste has its origin from the state of Maharashtra and Odisha. The total population of Mahars in India is about 4,800, out of which about 1,500 of them reside in the state of Uttar Pradesh, while in Meghalaya there are not more than 100 people from Mahar caste present. In terms of religion, about 98% of them practice Hinduism, and almost as 0.13 of them practice Christianity, and there's also a small Islamic presence. The prime livelihood of this caste is making and selling of bamboo baskets to other communities. This community is poor and the literacy rate is very low all over the country. In social institution of marriage and family, they follow patriarchal pattern along with patriarchy. Over to Aditi.
Talking about the Khasi tribe, the Khasi people are an indigenous ethnic group of Meghalaya, northeastern India, with a significant population in the bordering of Assam and Bangladesh. The Khasi people form the majority of the population of the eastern part of the Meghalaya and is the state's largest community with around 48% of the population of Meghalaya. They are very few among they are among the very few Astro-Asiatic speaking people in South Asia, and the unique fact about them that a cultural tradition of the Khasi people is that they follow the matrilineal system of descent and inheritance. Uh, uh, which means that uh, Khasi, okay, या मेरी स्क्रीन रुक गई एक सेकंड Music is everything in Khasi people. Every festival and ceremony from birth to death is enriched with music and dance. One of the most basic form of Khasi music is Phawar, which is the more of a chant than a song and are often composed of the spot to suit the occasion. Khasi people love to celebrate their festivals. They have different types of festivals. Like Khashatsuk Misim and Kapong Na Nongkem. Khasi people love to eat meat and rice. And some of the food dishes are jado, kapu, tung rambai, and pickled bamboo shoot. Over to Aishwarya.
So, good morning, ma'am. Now I'm going to speak on Lal Begli caste. Lal Begli peoples are scheduled caste as they live as a tribe outside a regular Indian society. And these people work as a sweepers uh, and other um, raise swine. They do not own land as they have no legacy for their families. They use both traditional and modern medicines. Um, Lal Begli people speak Rajasthani and Bengali and Hindi languages. Um, the total population of Lal Begli caste in India is 9100. Thank you.
Please, Nandini, turn over to Sutradhar. Good morning. I'll be explaining about the Sutradhar caste. So, Sutra is a Sanskrit word which literally means thread, and the word together, Sutradhar, means a thread holder. So, Sutradhar caste has population of 300 people in Meghalaya, which comprises of about 2.7% of Meghalaya's total population. So, when talking about the religion practiced by the Sutradhar caste, it is Shaktism, which is a major sect of Hinduism which focuses on worshipping majorly Hindu goddesses. They even worship Lord Vishwashara, who and offer him sacrifices on Vishwakarma Day and Vasant Panchami. So these Sutradhar people are mainly best known as carpenters, but they can be also found in creative occupations of painters, clay image makers, stone carvers, as well as constructors of buildings and temples. So, when talking about the inheritance of property, all the children among the family equally inherit property in here. So, there is no concept of patriarchy or matriarchy over here. So, talking about now their major religious pilgrim areas, so that is the Dikshaneshwara temple, Tarkeshwar temple, and Puri. Thank you. Over to Pranav.
Good morning. I will be talking about Rava caste. Now, so they can be classified into three categories. Firstly, a region. According to region, the main concentrated area of the Rava caste is Assam, with over 83% of its population residing there. Other Indian states are Meghalaya and West Bengal. Now, second, in terms of physical and racial traits, they belong to indigenous tribe Tibeto-Burman community. Third, in terms of their language, they generally speak Rava as well as Assamese. Now, talking about their population, they have a total population of 368,000 all over India, while alone in Meghalaya state, they have 32,662. Now, let's talk about their religion. Forest Ravas follow traditional animistic practices tinged with some rituals of mainstream Hinduism. The main deity of Ravas is called Rishi, also known as Mahakal. Now, this caste is famous for its traditional dresses. The Ravas are also called efficient weaver. Their dresses are full of floral designs. In the antique times, both male and female together worshipped different deities, festivals. Now over to Adya.
Thank you, Pranav. I will be talking about the caste system in Meghalaya and in Uttar Pradesh as a whole. The state of Meghalaya is inhabited by three main ethnic groups, that is the Garos, Khasis, Jaintias, and other small groups like the Hajongs, Rabas, and Karbis. They all speak different languages and have different customs, celebrating a variety of festivals. Christianity is followed by around 75% of the population, and about 15% are animists. Traditionally, even before Christianity came to the region, to the locals follow the animist beliefs and have a strict moral code, ethics, and values which are very different from the Hinduism. Culturally, the women are respected and
The society itself is matrilineal, which is quite unique even comparing to the neighboring tribes. Practices like dowry system, sati, polygamy, which were common practice among Hindus during those times, are poles apart from the custom beliefs and the core values of the Khasi Jaintia traditional religion, which in some way are the idea and even the thought of the caste system that never happened. Talking about the Uttar Pradesh, as per 2011 census, Dalit constitute about 21.1% of Uttar Pradesh population. Malla community is divided in 27 subcastes. Other backward classes or the OBCs constitute of about 40% of Uttar Pradesh population. Yadavs form the single largest group amongst the OBCs with around 20% population. There are 200 odd OBCs in UP in Uttar Pradesh. In Uttar Pradesh, Muslims are divided into 68 castes and subcastes. 35 of them are OBCs. Forward castes constitute around 18 to 20% of Uttar Pradesh populations, in which Brahmins are about 12% and Thakurs are about 7 to 8%. For accurate caste population data in India, Government of India has not publicly released socio-economic and caste system census caste population data for every single non-SC/ST castes in India. Over to Karthik.
So, as my friends have already told you about various tribes in Meghalaya, now I will tell you about scheduled castes in Meghalaya. According to the 2001 census, the population of Meghalaya was 23 lakhs. Scheduled caste had roughly a population of 11,000. Scheduled caste population constitutes just 0.5% of the Meghalayan population. Hinduism is considered a minority here. The state has also registered 22.8% decadal growth of its scheduled caste population. The scheduled caste population of Meghalaya from neighboring states like Assam and West Bengal exhibits a skewed demographic trend. We can learn various things from Rabha people of Meghalaya. Their exceptional weaving skills and artistic handicrafts are quite amazing. They have astonishing traditional dresses like kambang and beautiful ornaments like chandrahar, a necklace prepared of silver only. Castes even move from one place to another in search of occupation and livelihood, like Sutradhar. But still, it is found that these tribes lack quality of life and economic status in the society. Thank you.
Um, Thank you,